Hey there, and welcome back to Speak Up English, the channel where you learn English for real-life situations, not just textbook phrases. If you're new here, hi, I'm Sarah. Okay, I have a question for you. And be honest. Have you ever felt this? You understand English pretty well. You can watch Netflix without subtitles, mostly. You can read emails, maybe even news articles. But the moment you have to speak, your mouth freezes. Your brain goes blank, and you think, I just need someone to practice with. If only I had a native speaker friend. Yeah, I hear that all the time. By day, I lead a marketing team in California. By night, I teach English to immigrants and internationals here in the US. People from Brazil, Japan, Ukraine, Vietnam, you name it. And after 4 years of teaching, I can tell you this. Most learners don't need more speaking partners. They need a completely different approach. Because here's the truth nobody tells you. You can practice speaking English alone. And honestly, that's how most of my students finally got good. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how. 3 simple methods. No partner required. No embarrassment. Just you, your voice, and 15 minutes a day. Stick with me, because method number 3 is the weird one that actually rewires your brain. But let's start with why the usual advice fails. Why find a partner doesn't always work. Don't get me wrong, talking with real people is great. Eventually. But here's what happens when you're a busy adult learning English. You try to find a language partner. They cancel. Or they speak your language the whole time. Or you're just too tired after work to schedule a call with a stranger. I've seen this with so many students. My student Lucas from Mexico, super hardworking guy. He joined 3 different English conversation clubs. After 6 months, he could still only say basic sentences. Why? Because he was always reacting, never building. Think about it like this. You don't learn to cook by opening a restaurant. You learn by burning eggs in your own kitchen, alone when nobody's watching. Same with English. When you practice alone, you remove the fear. No one judges your grammar. No one looks at you funny. No one says, "What?" and makes you repeat 3 times. And here's the secret. That fear is the only thing stopping you. Once you learn to speak comfortably to yourself, speaking to others becomes 10 times easier. I promise you. Okay, let's get into the actual methods. Method number 1. I call this narrate your day. It's exactly what it sounds like. You say out loud what you're doing, as if you're a narrator in a documentary about your own life. Not in your head, out loud, with your actual voice. Like this. I'm waking up. It's 7:30. I don't want to get out of bed. The blanket is warm. Okay, I'm sitting up. Now I'm walking to the bathroom. I'm brushing my teeth. The toothpaste tastes minty. That's it. Super simple. Almost stupidly simple. But here's why it works. Most learners never move English from their eyes and ears to their mouth. They read silently. They listen passively. But the muscles in your mouth, they never get trained. Narrating your day fixes that. And you don't need any special vocabulary, just the words you already know. My student Amina from Morocco did this every morning while making coffee, 3 minutes a day. After 2 weeks, she told me, "Sarah, my mouth doesn't feel so heavy anymore." That's fluency starting. Pro tip for Speak Up English viewers. Add one feeling or opinion to every sentence. Don't just say, "I'm drinking coffee." Say, "I'm drinking coffee, and it's too hot." I should wait a minute. That tiny opinion trains your brain to think in English, not just to scribe. Method number 2 is my personal favorite. I call it the 1-minute opinion. Here's what you do. Pick a simple topic, any topic. Set a timer on your phone for 1 minute. Then speak out loud about that topic without stopping. No preparing, no writing, just go. Topics like why I like or hate rainy days. The best thing I ate this week. One small thing that annoyed me today. What I would do if I had an extra hour every day. Sounds easy, right? It's not. The first time you try, you'll probably stop after 15 seconds. That's normal. But here's the rule. If you stop, you restart. You keep restarting until you fill the full minute. Why does this work? Because real conversations aren't about perfect grammar, they're about keeping going. Native speakers pause, make mistakes, rephrase things. The difference is they don't panic. This exercise trains you not to panic. My student Kenji from Japan, very smart guy, excellent writer. But speaking, he would stop after every 2 words to think. I told him to do 1-minute opinions every day for 3 weeks. After week 2, he said something I'll never forget. Sarah, my mouth is no longer scared of my brain. That's exactly what we want. Pro tip, record yourself on your phone. You don't have to listen right away. Just knowing you're recording makes you more focused. Later, listen to just the first 10 seconds. Pick one small thing to improve. Not everything, just one thing. Okay, method 3. This one sounds strange, but I promise you, it works better than anything else I've tried. It's called shadowing your own voice. Here's how it works. First, find a short audio clip in English, maybe a line from a TV show you like, a podcast clip, or even a sentence from one of my videos on Speak Up English. Listen to one sentence. Pause. Repeat it exactly. The same rhythm, the same stress, the same feeling. That's regular shadowing. Most people know that. But here's the twist. After a week of shadowing native speakers, you switch to shadowing yourself. You record yourself saying a sentence, then you listen. Then you try to say it better. Clearer, more natural, smoother. Then record that. Then compare. Why is this so powerful? Because most learners have no idea what they actually sound like. In your head, your English sounds pretty good. But when you hear a recording, sometimes it's a shock. That's not a bad thing. That's data. Let me give you an example. You record yourself saying, I went to the store yesterday. You listen. You notice, oh, I said went to like wanna too fast. And yesterday was a little unclear. So you say it again, slower and cleaner. I went to the store yesterday. Then you record that. Then you listen again. Better? Good. That's progress. Do this for 5 minutes a day. After 1 month, your pronunciation and confidence will improve more than 1 year of passive listening. I've seen it happen again and again. One of my students, Elena from Russia, was terrified of her own voice. She refused to record herself for 2 months. Finally, I convinced her to try. After 3 weeks of self-shadowing, she said, I don't sound like a robot anymore. I sound like me, just in English. That's the goal. Now, let's talk about mistakes, because you will make them. A lot. When you narrate your day, you'll say the wrong tense. When you do 1-minute opinions, you'll forget basic words. When you shadow yourself, you'll hear things you don't like. Most people react like this. See? I'm terrible. I'll never be fluent. Stop right there. Here's a different way. When you make a mistake while practicing alone, correct it once, then move on. Example. You say, yesterday I go to the park. You realize, past tense. You say immediately, yesterday I went to the park. Then continue your monologue. No self-criticism, no repeating the mistake 10 times. Just fix it and go. I call this gentle repair. Your brain learns from the correction, not from the guilt. If you feel bad, you stop practicing, and stopping is the only real failure. My student Carlos from Colombia, the construction worker I mentioned earlier, he used to freeze after every error. I taught him gentle repair. 2 months later, he told me, "Sarah, I still make mistakes, but I don't stop anymore. I just fix and keep talking." That's fluency, not perfection. Flow. Okay, let's put this all together into a real routine, because knowing methods is useless without a plan. Here's your 1 5-minute self-talk routine. No partner, no teacher, no special equipment. This is the Speak Up English way. Minutes 03. Narrate what you're doing right now. I'm sitting on my chair. I'm holding my phone. I feel a little tired. I want to finish this video so I can eat something. Minutes 38. Do 2 1-minute opinions. Pick 2 random topics. Speak for 1 minute each. Rest 10 seconds in between. That's about 5 minutes total. Minutes 8:13. Shadow your own voice from yesterday's recording or shadow a short clip from a TV show you like. 5 minutes. Go slowly. Focus on clarity, not speed. Minutes 13:15. Free speak. Describe one problem you're trying to solve today. Work, money, health, relationships, anything real. Speak without stopping for 2 minutes. That's it. 15 minutes. Start to finish. And listen, I work 50 hours a week in marketing. I teach part-time. I know what busy feels like. If I can do this, you can do this. The key is consistency, not intensity. 10 minutes every day is better than an hour once a week. I get this question all the time. Sarah, what if I just don't have enough words to talk to myself? Fair question. Here's my honest answer. Use the words you already have. You don't need advanced vocabulary for self-talk. You need flexibility. For example, you forget the word refrigerator. Say, the cold box where I keep food. You forget microwave. Say, the machine that heats food fast. That's not bad English. That's smart English. Native speakers do this all the time. We call it circumlocution, talking around a word you don't know. Also, don't try to learn 50 new words a week. That's how you remember nothing. Instead, learn 5 words a week. Just 5. Write them on a sticky note. Use each word in your self-talk at least 10 times before the week ends. 5 words a week. That's 260 words a year, more than enough for basic conversations. My student Juan from Mexico did this. He learned 5 words a week for 6 months. That's about 120 words. He told me, Sarah, I don't know many words, but the words I know, I really know them. They come out fast. That's better than knowing 2,000 words that take 10 seconds to remember. Let me tell you about Carlos one more time, because his story is the reason I'm so confident about this method. Carlos came to the US from Colombia 3 years ago. He worked construction. His English was very broken, but he understood almost everything. He joined my part-time class and said, Sarah, I have nobody to speak with. My coworkers speak Spanish. My wife speaks Spanish. I only say thank you and yes at the store. I gave him the self-talk method. He thought I was joking, talking to yourself in a car, but he tried. Every morning, driving to work, he narrated, I am turning left. The light is red. I stop. The guy behind me is in a hurry. Not my problem. Every night, he did 1-minute opinions about his day. Today was hard. My back hurts, but I finished the wall. The boss said good job. That felt nice. 6 months later, his manager, an American who didn't speak Spanish, needed someone to explain a safety issue to a new crew. Carlos raised his hand. He spoke. Not perfectly, but clearly, calmly, and without panic. The manager later told me, Carlos sounded like he'd been practicing for months. He had. Alone. In his car. Carlos didn't get fluent because he found a perfect language partner. He got fluent because he became his own partner. You can do the same thing. Look, I'm not going to tell you that learning English is easy. It's not. It takes time, effort, and patience. But here's what I know for sure. Most learners fail not because they're not smart enough or talented enough. They fail because they wait for the perfect condition, the perfect partner, the perfect class, the perfect amount of free time. That perfect condition never comes. Self-talk works because it doesn't ask for permission. You don't need to schedule a call. You don't need to find a native speaker. You don't need to leave your house. You just need your voice and 10 minutes. Start small, really small. 2 minutes tomorrow morning while you make coffee. That's it. Just say out loud, I'm making coffee. It smells good. I feel sleepy. Do that for 3 days. Then add 1 more minute. Then add the 1-minute opinion. After a month, you won't recognize yourself. Not because you'll be perfect, but because speaking English will no longer feel scary. It will just feel like talking. And that's fluency, not perfection, just talking. So here's your homework, and I mean it. Right after this video ends, not tomorrow, not next week, I want you to do 2 things. 1. Leave a comment below with 1 sentence you just said out loud to yourself. Anything. Even, I'm watching Speak Up English and I don't know if this works yet. Just write it. I read comments and I reply to as many as I can. 2. Tomorrow morning, before you check your phone, narrate 1 thing out loud in English. I'm awake. I don't want to get up, but I will. That's it. That's your start. If this video helped you, share it with 1 friend who says, I understand, but I can't speak. Maybe they just need permission to talk to themselves. Don't forget to subscribe to Speak Up English, because every week we practice real English for real situations. No fake textbook conversations, just real life. And I believe you already have everything you need to become fluent. You just have to start talking, even if nobody's listening. See you in the next video. Take care.